So now it's time for the meditation. In the practice of a meditation, first we have to disconnect from worldly affairs. And consciously motivating this time and dedicating for the practice of a meditation. And this is just a half an hour practice. And this half an hour practice, make a conscious decision that I dedicate it for the self-development and motivating towards the cultivation of the mind. Once we have this motivation to practice of meditation in order to cultivate the mind, finding a comfortable place, suitable place, sitting comfortably and disconnecting all the responsibilities that you are responsible for. It is time to connect within. Be yourself, understanding yourself, knowing yourself, aware of yourself. As we are aware of ourselves, developing, understanding ourselves, gradually we will be able to see that this mind and the body is in constant change, not belongs to one another. And yet we have to appreciate this body, appreciate this moment that we have. Each breath that we take and each breath that we leave. It has a great value for our life. And on the basis of this breath, we travel inward, travel inside. And the practice of a meditation is not to be special than anybody else. The practice of a meditation is to illustrate your ego or put yourself in a higher position than anyone else. The simile is given that the more we grow in the practice, we will become a more humble, we will have more compassion, more kindness. Like the bamboo tree, the higher the bamboo tree grows, it just bends towards the ground. So one who is practiced and understood the practice properly always stick to the ground and radiates the compassion, the love and the kindness, helping mind. So that's why the practice of a meditation, although we start off with aware of the body, feeling and our mind, this is only the foundation ground. What is we have to develop further on is to eliminate any unwholesome things that may arise or may invade. So ability to prevent from all the unwholesome bad behaviors, bad characters arising in our mind. Whatever unwholesome or bad behaviors, character that we already have, we're abandoning them. And any good that hasn't been arisen in our minds and our heart, we're developing it and maintaining any good things that's already there. And that's the second section that we have to develop in our minds and our heart. And before we go on to the other qualities of the heart, qualities of our mind towards the real understanding. So in the practice of a meditation, although we start off with working with the primary object, and gradually we work with the 4 foundations of a mindfulness, and once our foundation becomes strong, gradually we develop further knowledge, further understanding. And foundation, building a foundation is very, very important. And some may have sound understanding of the foundations, but again, if not carefully investigate or having a clear awareness of own practice, then can generate towards the ego, become a harsh stubbornness, egoistic mind, conceit, and having a wrong view. So we have to develop the right view. Understanding that, and that simply we can start off working with the primary object. So breathing in, breathing out, aware of that incoming breath and outgoing breath. When we are observing the incoming and outgoing breath, we are not thinking about it, but we are feeling from inside. And when we feel from inside, we can observe that how tense our body is or how comfortable we are. And when we are able to watch closely this in-breath and out-breath, incoming and outgoing breath, we can observe that whether are we causing it to incoming or outgoing, or it is a natural breath. If it's a natural breath, then it's so beautiful. It flows naturally. But if you are forcing or intervene in the process of arising, falling, or incoming breath and outgoing breath, and that's not the true realization. That's not the true incoming and outgoing, arising, falling. It's your desire, your wish. And again, we are practicing to get rid of this desire, but practicing with a desire then causes the trouble, brings the suffering. Because Buddha said that when we have a desire, that brings the disappointments. So we are not practicing with our desire to be mindful of the breath or the rising, falling. We're simply aware of it, rising, falling, along with the breath. Settling down, grounding yourself. So continue practicing in this way, motivating yourself to practice diligently. And if possible, do not move in order to see your real mind, in order to work with a real sensation. When we are watching the sensations, it's not just the physical feelings, but also mental feelings that we can observe. And that feeling is another foundation that defines the future or the end. So we have a choose, we have a choice. We have a choice at the sensation that we feel. Sensation at the feel. Desire to be or not to be, or just as it is. So, choice is yours. So continue paying attention to the breath or abdomen rising, falling, and aware of other mental factors as it comes, as it arises and vanishes. And if not, simply aware of arising, falling. When it rises, aware of rising. When it falls, aware of falling. And do not interfere with it. Let it come, let it happen. And simply aware of it. Remember making a mental note. Doesn't matter what you see, doesn't matter what it is. Simply knowing that is. And that knowing is your true knowledge, your true knowing, which is free from anyone's view, anyone's perspectives. So continue practicing until you hear the gong for the practice of a loving kindness meditation to finish off. So relax yourself. Now we will practice the loving kindness meditation. And again, sitting comfortably, bring your attention to the entire body, aware of sensations in the entire body. And bring that attention to your hands, aware of sensations in your hands. Whatever sensations are there, just simply drop it. Aware and just leave it as they are. And bring that attention to your hands, aware of sensations in your hands. Whatever sensations are there, simply aware of that. Aware of sensations in your hands and to your heart. Feel the beating heart. If you can't feel the beating heart, physically smiling will connect you. So smile and feel the connection with your heart. And as you feel the connection with your heart, generating loving kindness and compassion to yourself. I am well, I am happy, I am at peace. I am well, I am happy, I am at peace. May I be able to be free from troubles of body and mind. May I be liberated. Similarly, sharing loving kindness and compassion to all other sentient beings, starting from near dear one, our parents, husband or wife, children or family, friends, relatives, and all other sentient beings, beings visible and invisible beings in this room, in this city, in this country, on earth, in the universe. May they be happy. May they be free from sufferings. May they be free from hurtfulness. May they be free from hatred. May they be free from jealousy, ill will, animosity. May they be able to maintain their happiness. May they be liberated. So bring your attention to the hands again, aware of sensations in your hand. And to your body, aware of sensations in your body. And to your eyes. As you hear the gong slowly coming out from meditation, and reflect for a few moments. Let's pay respect to the Buddha. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagavang Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivade. สวากขาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนามัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนามา